Hello students, welcome to class 12 physics. In this video, we are going to see the theory of AC circuit with only capacitor. That is, AC voltage is applied only to the capacitor. So you can see the circuit, AC voltage and capacitor are connected. A pure capacitor connected in AC circuit is shown in the figure. Capacitor is connected with AC voltage V equals to Vm sin omega t. That we already know that the AC voltage that is equals to Vm sin omega t. When a capacitor is connected to voltage source in a DC circuit, current will flow for the short time required to charge the capacitor. As charge accumulates on the capacitor plates, the voltage across them increases, opposing the current. When the capacitor is fully charged, the current in the circuit falls to 0. When the capacitor is connected to an AC source, it limits or regulates the current but does not completely prevent the flow of charge. The capacitor is alternately charged and discharged as the current reverses each half cycle. Now let the Q be the charge on the capacitor at any time t. The instantaneous voltage V across the capacitor is V equals to Q by C, where C is the capacitance of capacitor. Now see, in this circuit we are going to apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So taking the path clockwise and taking the current direction like this. Current direction is in this way and the path we are choosing the clockwise path. So now first we will be starting from this, that is the AC voltage. So we can write V. Now the path and current direction both are same, so sign will be minus. After that we are having the capacitor. So voltage developed across the capacitor, that is Vc. Now the circuit is completed, so it is equals to 0. So V minus Vc equals to 0. Now we know that AC voltage V equals to Vm sin omega t minus Vc, that is the voltage developed across the capacitor, that is equals to Q by C. So we got this equation for the circuit Vm sin omega t minus Q by C equals to 0. So we are having this equation. Now taking Q by C on the other side, we get Vm sin omega t equals to Q by C. Taking C on the other side, we get C Vm omega sin omega t equals to Q. Now as we know this equation that current is nothing but charge upon time, that is I equals to U dq upon dt. Here we need to find the current equation because the voltage equation, that is the voltage given by the supply, which is equals to Vm sin omega t. Now we need to find the current because the current passes through the capacitor and so there will be the change in the current. So we need to find that current. I equals to dq by dt. So from these equation and these equation we can write the equation as I equals to d by dt. Q can be written from this formula where Q equals to CVm sin omega t. So taking the derivative of that, here Vm and C both are constant, so taking it outside and taking derivative of sin omega t. So derivative of sin, that is cos omega t, and from this constant, that is omega t, derivative of that we get it as omega. So derivative of sin omega t is omega cos omega t. So now this equation can be written as Vmc omega cos omega t. Now taking this omega c, that is in the denominator, so it can be written as Vm upon 1 by omega c cos omega t. Now, as we have seen in the earlier equation that these cos omega t is to be replaced with sine, so that we can compare this equation with reference to the voltage, whether the current is lagging or leading the voltage. So taking this cos in terms of sine, and here changing this equation Vm upon 1 by omega c. See, we already know that voltage upon the resistance, that will be giving the current, right? Voltage upon the inductive reactance, that will also give the current, because in the denominator what we require is the resistance, or we can say something that is opposing the current or limiting the current. In case of inductor, we had seen that the denominator we were having as inductive reactance and its function was to limit the current. In here, for the case of capacitor also, we are having this denominator term 1 by omega c as xc, that is capacitive reactance, and capacitive reactance is also the term that opposes the current or limits the current. So Vm upon Xc can be written as Im, and here writing the cos term in terms of sin omega t, we know that cos theta is equals to sin theta plus 90 degree. Here instead of theta we are having omega t, so cos omega t equals to sin omega t plus pi by 2. So these equations can be rewritten as I equals to Im sin omega t plus pi by 2, where Im equals to Vm upon 1 by omega c. It is the amplitude of the oscillating current. Now comparing this equation, we can write it as equation 2, Im equals to Vm upon R. We can see that 1 upon omega c plays the role of resistance, as already said, and it is nothing but it is called as the capacitive reactance, and it is denoted by Xc. So we can write Xc equals to 1 upon omega c. So that the amplitude of the current is Im equals to Vm upon Xc. Unit of capacitive reactance is ohm. The capacitive reactance limits the amplitude of the current in a purely capacitive circuit in the same way as the resistance limits the current in a purely resistive circuit. In a pure capacitive circuit, amplitude of current is inversely proportional to the frequency and the capacitance, that you can see over here in the equation, that capacitive reactance, it is inversely proportional to the capacitance as well as the frequency. Now let us see the graphs. First of all, the phasor diagram. So here we know that V equals to Vm sin omega t1 and I equals to Im sin omega t1 plus pi by 2. So here we can see that V, here it is not I, it is V. V makes an angle omega t1 with respect to the axis. And the current equation is Im sin omega t1 plus 90 degree. That means you have to take this omega t1 and add a 90 degree in that, that is plus 90 degree. So after taking this 90 degree, we get a vector that is nothing but I, and taking the projection of I and V, that is the projection of I on y-axis, that will be Im sin omega t1, and the projection of V on y-axis, that will give us the Vm sin omega t1. So this is the phasor diagram, and as you can see in the diagram, the voltage starts from 0 and to 2 pi. So for voltage, that is V equals to Vm sin omega t, at 0, pi and 2 pi its value is 0, and at pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2 its value is maximum. And here the current is leading by 90 degree, that means at 0 degree, at pi and at 2 pi its value is maximum, and at pi by 2, at 3 pi by 2, its value is 0. Here the current phasor I is pi by 2 ahead of the voltage phasor V as they rotate counterclockwise lead. Figure B shows the variation of the voltage and current with time. The current reaches its maximum value earlier than the voltage by 1/4 period of time. That is 1/4 of a period, that is t by 4 equals to, now multiply divide by 2 pi. So t upon 2 pi into 2 pi by 4. Now rearranging this equation, because here we can write 2 pi by 2 pi f, taking this t in denominator we can write it as f. So here it becomes 2 pi f. So 2 pi f is nothing but omega, and cancelling out this we get pi by 2. So in numerator we are having pi by 2, in denominator we are having omega, which can be written as equals to pi upon 2 omega. So students, you may note down this theory.